Stop. Are you from Detroit? What do you feel about the What do you feel about the police in Detroit?
They not gonna never come.
They ain't gonna never come.
If it's a dead body, they might come that day. Maybe.
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 Hey, I think we need to make you the next pilot.
That's 30-minute parking. That's a little bit better. Is this State Street? Please say it's State Street. I believe we've made it to State Street.
That's about the city right now, man. That's a casino. That thing dope too. Oh, it's huge. It's huge. Down the road's coming August 25th.
It's not as huge as tell them it's not as huge as MGM Grand.
MGM, but that thing nice.
We'll get some footage
of that. That's nice.
This nigga, man.
Yesterday where we was at without a graffiti and shit. How y'all doing, man? It's Mr. Willis, man. This documentary is called Devastation in Detroit. You know what I mean? Y'all come here. Y'all can see how buildings have completely been destroyed, knocked down. You know what I mean? If you keep walking, you'll see one abandoned building.
I know.
Yeah, you might go get the kids.
All right.
Some devastation. We going down this little alley right now. You know what I mean? Just runs in the city, you know what I mean? You might find like a dead body or something back here, man. I'm gonna take y'all to different parts of the D, just show y'all a lot what's going on in the city.
Turn right.
They got the police.
Detroit, Michigan.
And what's your name? We're here with?
My name is Jim.
Jim, how long you been living over here?
About 2 years.
Are you from here?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Well, it's been a lot of stuff in the media and Washington D.C. right now. They saying that Detroit is going bankrupt and it's so bad in Detroit. What do you feel about Detroit right now?
Well, I feel that things are really bad right now.
Okay.
But it ain't really the city of Detroit fault.
Okay.
It's probably the people who run Detroit.
On
the first line and on the second line, runaway inflation.
Runaway inflation.
Runaway inflation.
See, that's the thing I've been hearing a lot from the people. They telling me, like, even like in the graffiti and stuff, little man turned up. Even in the graffiti and stuff, I see a lot of messages and it's about the government. Now, as far as corrupt politicians, is a lot of that going on here?
Well, I would have to say so because the money not going where it's supposed to go. That's just my opinion. If it was going where it's supposed to go, it'll be a little bit better, but not that much because of the whole crisis situation in the world.
Yeah.
In the world.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Jim, man. It was a pleasure meeting you, man.
Okay.
Y'all heard what he said.
Y'all want to talk about Detroit, you talk about minimum wage, and you can't get nothing worth than $7.40.
Say what? How much is minimum wage here?
$7.40.
$7.40?
Mm-hmm. And they want you to make 2 times your rent. If your rent for $100, you gotta make, you gotta make $1,000 for $1,200 a month. You can't make that work, make it $7.40 an hour.
Hold up, what? What? Say that one more time.
Most apartments want you to make 2 times the rent in order for you to stay there.
Yeah.
But if you only make it $7.40 an hour,
how you gonna afford?
Right, you can't pay for it. Not even if you get 40 hours every week, you still wouldn't.
Do you think we need new politicians?
No, we need some increases.
My system is expired.
Yeah, new system altogether.
My system is expired.
What about the?
I got a grade school education, and I know that.
Word.
What about?
You can tell.
What about the institutions? New institutions.
As far as mental illness, Yeah, that's another concern. Once they closed all those institutions, which I worked at one, it started going down then back in the late 80s, early 90s. It stopped. You know, we used to have a place for them to go.
Yeah.
Now there's no place for them to go. So now they're getting your guns and they're shooting up schools and stuff. That's them doing that.
Word, man. Appreciate y'all so much. And what's your name, young lady?
Man, Jennifer.
Jennifer? It's a pleasure meeting you, Jennifer. And y'all, again, man, we on Buena Vista right here. This is like 10 miles from like the city. So while we if you look at some of the properties, you'll see how they turn. You know what I mean? They basically telling you what's wrong with the building. A lot of messages are being portrayed on the side of these buildings. A lot of graffiti is in the city. It's telling you what the people think is the problem in these cities.
Oh shit.
As you can see, a lot of buildings have been just
0.2 miles, then turn right.
Now, what's amazing to me is the architecture in Detroit. Me being an architecture engineer, I really enjoy buildings, and these buildings are just amazing to me and astounding. Like look how big these buildings is. Like I went to New York and I went to Times Square, and to me Times Square it wasn't big at all. It was like small, like in just sheer volume and mass and metric meters. It wasn't big. Now this building here I'm about to show you right now is huge. All these buildings in Detroit are huge. So when they tell me that Detroit is bankrupt and the city doesn't have any money, and they act like it's just I don't really understand when you have things like this.
Turn up.
You have things like that.
Man, you might have to get out to show them, man, so they can really feel it. See it.
That above you. Like look how. Alright, so what do you think is the solution to some of the problems in Detroit?
I think first of all we need to look at the institutions. Most of the institutions that were set up originally worked for a different time, and now that we are in a different time, some of these institutions need to be revamped so that we can address the current issues. Second is a systematic approach that we need to change. The systems are also outdated. The systematic approach that we've had previously they weren't even effective back then. So I think even back then the systems could have been different. But now, even with the change in institutions, the systematic approach should be more congruent to what the needs of the people are today, and also what the needs of the community are. I think we've been focused on the individualistic approach as opposed to a community approach. And thirdly, the people, the morale. Once we get the people to believe in themselves and believe that the city can be turned around, then they will actually be able to implement programs within these institutions, and the systems will not fail us. Now, the only way to get the people's morale up is to actually provide programming in the communities that is going to be, it's actually going to highlight what their strengths are, things that are going to teach them about themselves, things that they can be happy about themselves, like knowledge of self. And some programs that, I was thinking of course, is African Drum and Dance Ensemble, Chess Club to help kids think, parenting classes, sex education. These are things that are going to lift the morale. These are things that are going to get people thinking and moving towards positive change. And we need young people, we need older people. And a lot of these programs can be implemented through grants. A lot of them may be implemented from philanthropists donating. A lot of them may be just people coming out of their own pockets, or just time on their own, volunteers. But it can be done. One thing that we're doing, and I'm working with you, Mr. Willis, is providing these types of programs. 2 Sides to College, the book, creating opportunities, the book, and actually providing these programs, internships, and tools for people to use to pull themselves up by their bootstraps, because we are originally Republican, and that's what we did until the democratic system, which was heavily implemented here in Detroit, made us become dependent upon these different things as opposed to being more self-reliant. And the way to be self-reliant is that community concept, that community mindset.
Which has been stripped. I believe that which has been stripped and has been abused throughout the years continuously to make that gap in the upper class and the middle class and the lower class because of greed.
Well said.
Greed. And again, these programs are talking about implementing very concrete ideas, and I think they should be further implemented, further funded, as long as people do not action. Are you from Detroit?
Huh?
How long have you been in Detroit?
8 years.
8 years. And what do you think about with them saying that Detroit is going bankrupt and everything?
It's kind of going bankrupt, but it can be fixed.
It can be fixed, okay? How do you think it can be fixed?
The emergency money just that they just brought in.
Okay.
I don't think he's gonna fix it real fast. We have to give him time.
Yeah.
He's gonna give him some time because things have really gone bad.
Yeah.
Things have really, kind of messed up.
Yeah.
But I still have the belief that D.e.t.r.o.i.t will be back.
Yeah. You
Yes.
got the faith. You talking about Obama, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Obama, yes.
Yes.
He is the best that has happened to us.
Yes.
He is doing a good job. But the only thing is that they don't want to give him chance to do what he's supposed to do.
Exactly.
They are kind of, obstructing him
Yeah.
in his good plans.
Yeah.
He has good plans for the United States. But the Republicans don't want him to do things the way he wants to do them. They're obstructing him left, right, center, all over. That's my own feeling.
Thank you. And what's your name?
I'm Doris.
Doris.
Lady D ice cream.
Lady D ice cream. It was a pleasure meeting you, man.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.